Nina is an orphan girl who lives in the town of Fortuna Castle. Her eyes are deep blue, like lapis lazuli, just like Princess Alicia's eyes were before she died. It was because of this. When Azar, the second prince of Fortuna, found out about Nina, he made her live as the princess instead of Alicia as the replacement princess and star priestess. See, Nina has to pretend to be married to Seth, who is the first prince of the nearby great country Jalgada. At the start of our show, a fierce tiger attacks the princess. Seth shoots the tiger and saves her at the last second. Then her bird flies over to her, and Seth tells her, "That animal would have eaten you if Nina hadn't been there." She thanks him when he gives her water. Seth says that he found a place for them to rest. For the others, he says, "I left signs so they can find us by morning." But she thinks to herself, will we be by ourselves until morning? After that, the scene changes to Hikami and her friends, who are worried about the princess's safety. They said she wasn't in the carriage, someone says. It looks like she left it. Hikami wants to look for the princess, but knows she has to do her job as a maid first. She makes up her mind to believe in the princess's lucky star. Now the attention is on the princess, who is walking behind Seth. It's interesting that he never looks back after she tells him to slow down. She tells herself how great it is not to be by herself. When they finally get to the place to rest, Seth tells her to stay away and gives him the water jar. At that point, she sees that he's hurt in the stomach, probably by the tiger. The woman asks him if he's hurt, but he says it doesn't hurt at all. The princess tells him, "Wild animal bites can kill you." "I haven't done enough good things in my life yet to die," he says. "I still have fights to win with other people." He tells her to stay away from him and then passes out. Seth wants to sit with a wise man who tells him that if he prays every day, his sins will be forgiven, and promises to keep him safe from the royal family. For his own safety, the wise man starts to teach him everything he needs to know, such as how to get rid of the bad king's blood from his veins. When Seth wakes up, the princess is with him. "You have a fever," she tells him. "Do not move around too much. You are dreaming while talking." "I used to do this for a sick child," she says as she checks his temperature with her hand. "Half of their fever moves to my hand." He makes fun of her, and she hits him back, telling him it's okay for me to care about you. She says that it must be really cold at night because his feet are wet but his clothes are dry. He laughs and says, "Your Highness, there are better ways to stay warm." Then he pulls her closer. "If that doesn't mean anything without love," she tells him as she pushes him away. "It has no point. Love is a curse," he replies. "Holding on to false beliefs will only cause you pain and death. Everything else is false. You're only saying that because you're by yourself," she says back. "You have no idea what it means to someone to be unique. At least act like you're not there. Show me I'm wrong. If you fail, I'll say I was wrong. Try to care about her as much as you care about Nina." Nina the bird cries out all of a sudden, which makes Seth say, "It must have seen something. Could there be more of those things?" He tells her that there probably aren't that many of them in this area, and that it's probably something smaller. The princess chooses to look into it and brings a rock with her to keep herself safe. She finds a dark cave with a tiger cub inside it. The cub is the child of the tiger they killed earlier. She brings it back because she wants to save it and realizes it's too young to live on its own. It will become just like its mother. Seth tells her, "Its end is death. You can't judge everything by how it looks," she says. "Fate is decided only by God." Seth thinks about itself. There aren't any cracks in the princess, even though she looks like she almost broke. She is good and sharp at the same time. They are not at all the same as simple kindness. What is it about that thing that makes me want to break it? He tells her that he'll get someone qualified to take care of the cub and says that Nina the bird was in a similar situation. The princess is happy and says she will give the cub the name Navaria. Seth then starts calling her Nina too, saying that it's her childhood name. She thinks to herself, "He brought my name back here, where no one knows me." As soon as dawn comes, soldiers show up. Even though he is hurt, Seth stands tall and doesn't look weak. The princess tells him she won't tell anyone he passed out enough first to let him lean on her if he feels dizzy. "I guess I'll act like I like him too, even though he's not the same as Azo. But not as much as Azo, no one can take her place. I hope he doesn't mind that I did that," she says. "Once we're out of here, we'll get to Galgada as they get ready to leave. The north used to be a poor place. It took 4 generations to build up its forces and 2 generations to take over nearby lands. These days, it's known for being strong. Galgada, the great land that rules over 5 areas." Nina is then seen with Prince Seth, who asks her, What's wrong, Mina? He should not call her that, she tells him. His question, isn't that your childhood name, Alicia, makes her feel bad. After learning that Set thinks Nina is her childhood name, Alicia thinks to herself. There is a warm welcome for Prince Set from everyone, which amazes Alicia. Then we see the second prince, Yor, the third prince, Beto, and the fourth prince, Tot, welcome their oldest brother, Prince Set. Prince Yor gets mad at Alicia when she starts to talk and tells her to be quiet. Set tries to cool him down by telling him that the king told them to welcome Lady Fortuna. After that, he tells Alicia, "Your eyes are very beautiful." Alicia answers, "My name is Alicia Seth Fortuna, and it's a pleasure to meet you." "I have never seen such beautiful blue eyes before," says one of the boys. "But it is very wrong to marry a goddess." Set yells at them and tells them to be quiet, saying that he didn't ask them what they thought. One of Set's brothers gets angry about this and says Set is acting like he is already king by being so cool and superior. The argument gets worse and almost turns into a fight. But Alicia stops it by saying, "Wait, please don't make things worse. You should act like princes since you are princes. Also, Prince Set, what you said to your brothers was too much." Alicia is now in her room, alone and talking to herself. "I messed up," she says. "It didn't work out for me to become queen and make his family like me. But now there's no going back. I'm going to try again. Faruna will be safe with me as queen." A maid comes in and tells Alicia that she can go to her room now, because she will be sharing it with Prince Set tonight. Alicia gets very red, but she still goes to the room. Set asks her what she's doing when she gets there, which scares her. They agree to share a room, but she wants to sleep on the floor. Set says no because it's too cold to sleep on the floor. Before going to sleep, Alicia tells Set she's sorry for what happened earlier with his brothers. He told her that he would have killed her usually, but he changed his mind when he saw her stupid face. Alicia says she would have been happy to have many siblings, even ones like his. He tells her that his brothers are not full siblings. She says it's sad and lonely when a parent dies and you don't have any brothers to say goodbye to. It wasn't until his mother died that Set told her he had never felt that way. He said he felt nothing in particular. "Maybe you didn't feel anything because you were so sad," Alicia says. She tells him not to stay away from the king and his brothers and be alone with them. Set doesn't know what to say, so Alicia keeps talking. "You'll learn a lot from now on." He doesn't get what she means, and she says she's too scared to sleep somewhere new. She does, however, fall asleep quickly. Set doesn't understand what she's saying because she said she was nervous, but she seems calm and open. He falls asleep peacefully next to small animals while watching her. For the first time in a while, he doesn't think about his reasons or goals as he falls asleep. She dreams of a strange girl while she sleeps. Nina screams out of the blue, waking everyone up. Alicia can't believe she's stuck next to Set and can't move. While he sleeps, she sees his eyelashes sparkle and his eyes get red. Set asks Nina and the little tiger to join him for breakfast when he wakes up. He seems a little different from before, Alicia thinks to herself, and his eyes almost looked like they were smiling. Set then tells Alicia that it's her job to pick out his clothes for the day. She gets mad, but she tells herself that it's normal since he's a prince. The scene changes to show another princess asking Set what's going on with Lady Fortuna. Set tells her that he wants to use her to defeat Fortuna, which means he hasn't really done anything with her yet. The lady tells him that he is stronger than his brothers and can do what he wants to do. She says that taking over Fortuna has been a family dream since the time of their great-grandfather, and she hopes that it will come true under Set's rule. Set says, "I have made up my mind. The current line of succession will end. The throne will go to the person who takes over Fortuna. Again, the scene changes to Prince Yor talking to a friend. "I won't let Set or Beto beat me," he says. "No matter what it takes, I will become king." Prince Tot shows up and says, "Maybe we can use the child of the Fortuna princess for the conquest." That is, the next king of Galgardo will be the person who wins the princess of Fortuna. In the last scene, the king speaks to a big group of people. "The covenant has been passed down under the care of the one who leads Fortuna's people," he says. "Faruna Azer will become king." This is the end of today's show. Don't forget to like, follow, and turn on the bell to stay up to date if you liked the video.